Hey everyone, welcome back to more Total War Warhammer, playing as Wurrzag the Great Green Prophet. I'm DisturbingPuppet, and things are not looking great. So, Chaos has shown up. They have absolutely just decided to come swarm me rather than killing off, like, the rest of the dwarves, or the vampire accounts, or what's left of the Empire out here. They've got two armies down here, one army creeping in over this way. We did fight a battle over here, which we did not do successful. We did maintain a decent amount of the army, so an okay amount survived. We did kill Archaon, so that's a minor positive, but we've got two trashed armies now trying to run away. And in the meantime, the Border Princes here decided to come besiege Barak Var. So, what are we going to do? All right, little tiny wall army here. What we're going to do... We're going to give you a wall target of that army. I am going to see if I can sneak by this army. There's a chance they'll intercept me. I'm hoping not. We're gonna run. Maybe? Oh, got an interception. Crap. Well, not what I wanted. If we lose, we get wiped out. I feel like this army could do an okay job, potentially. I don't think I can win. Well, I mean, it's possible we could win. We can do a lot of harassing. I feel like we've got way more strength than what it says. I mean, we kind of have to fight it to maybe get a chance here. If I fail, we're all going to die anyway, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. We do have a bit of a money problem. This will help kind of solve that a little bit if we do lose some units. So, I mean, it's not like the worst thing in the world. So the goal here is just massive harassment with the spiders. I think that's kind of the plan. Problem is if units break, they will run off the edges here really easy, which is unfortunate. But we'll see how things go. Yeah, very unfortunate. We're kind of getting screwed everywhere because I built a lot of cheap, fast-to-build armies, and they're just not able to stand up to kind of what we're facing against now, at least not in the auto-resolves for sure. And then even in the battles, we're not able to do quite as much damage as I would hope. Unfortunately, relying on goblins, probably not a great idea. But, you know, they're fast and cheap to build, so we kind of filled out a lot of armies with them. And unfortunately, that's now coming back to bite me in the ass. Okay, well, they're going to deploy back there. So you guys have stock and Vanguard deployment. You guys have hide in forests, Vanguard deployment. You guys also have Vanguard deployment. So we could actually deploy quite a lot forward to kind of mess with them. I don't think I can deploy... Yeah, we can't deploy like back there, which would be kind of fun. And we can't deploy in this zone, but we could deploy pretty far forward with quite a few units. I don't know if that's the best idea. We've got a Helm of Discord here, which is actually pretty good. So you and the Savage Orcs are going to sort of be the last line of defense here. The goblins, you know, can be a nice screen for us, maybe. But mainly, what we're going to do... You guys... We're going to form up on... we want to get in close and fast. A little concerned about overcommitting early. Since I don't have wide flanks I can get around to maybe get back to the cannons. You guys, for sure, though, we want forward. And we're going to put you guys on Skirmish mode. We're very quick, so hopefully we can actually do something. I'm hoping we can get to the point where we can damage some of these cannons and stuff. Then I'm going to back it up with you guys. Fortunately, there's nowhere for me to hide here. So we're going to try to sort of surprise them and see how that goes. I don't know if it's going to be successful. We'll see. All right. Actually, Gobos, just advance. And you guys, just advance for now. All right, what do we got? So out on the flanks, we've got miners, thunderers. We've got cannons over here. And longbeards. Okay, the longbeards are a bit of a problem. So you, I want shooting the thunderers. You, I want shooting the cannon. You, I also want shooting the cannon. He's got infantry out here on the flank. That's a bit of a problem. But what we're going to do is have all three just go for the charge, try to get through and past, and we'll go from there. Out here, there's also a cannon. Shoot the cannon. You shoot at the thunderers. You shoot at the miners with the blasting charges. Then you three, we're going to try to like run by with them and see how that goes. While everybody else is just advancing. So we're on the move quite quickly. Got shots coming in. Now, are you guys... Yeah, we're all charging towards the longbeards, unfortunately. Right. Things are turning into a little bit of a mess on this side. He is forming up kind of a line. What are you guys? So you're trying to move, you're trying to move, you're trying to move. They're just really hung up for some reason. So their lord himself is coming forward right here. So we have made contact there. Actually, you guys carry on to the cannon. We are getting hit here a bit. Let's go for the Rangers. And we'll try to carry on through some of the other ranged units in the back there, while everybody else is sort of slowly advancing. Are you not advancing? Yeah, you're advancing. Okay, so we're getting in. We're sort of shooting and backing off. So my guy's here. Let's go for... Try to charge into the cannon on the way as you go. We are getting shot up here a bit. Longbeards are not taking much damage. Alright, I think we need to switch our targets. You're still shooting at the cannon, that's fine. You, miners. Miners. Just do what you can. We're going to be pretty stuck on the Longbeards here. So we've got the Longbeards in there, leader, and then what is that? More Longbeards. Yeah, I don't know if we can get these guys out, but I am going to see if they can also get out and get to the cannon. My units over here are sort of charging through, causing mayhem. That's kind of what the hope was, really, just to cause mayhem. I'm trying to keep these guys sort of healthy and ready to fight. So I'm not rushing them yet, but maybe I should be. It's only 3. It's my leader. Work. Get up there. Okay. So these guys are breaking. They're probably just going to run right off the side, which is unfortunate. Back here. So one of these guys is broken. The other 2, we are trying to get to the cannon. Not sure it's going to work out. Back on this side. Why are you guys all the way up here? No, these guys. Oh, I don't know why we have them. I'm trying to grab my units here. I think it's just flashing because they're in the midst of breaking. Yeah, so you guys... Isn't much we can do. The Rangers we did hurt. Yeah, we're just trying to carry on, kill the cannon if we can. These guys are holding for the moment. Just kind of shooting at whatever it seems like. So you have a target. You guys... What are Rangers? Could go for the leader. I don't know if we're going to do much damage to him. We'll just target the miners with you guys, I guess. For the moment. While these guys very, very slowly make their way forward, and hopefully we can sort of recover afterwards. So you now are just doing whatever. That's fine. Shoot those guys. The spider cavalry is all breaking everywhere, which is unfortunate. On a normal map, we might like recover and come back, but in this, they're just going to run right off the edge and be gone, probably. Okay, we do have miners kind of charging, so you know what? Let's tie up the miners here. A couple goblin units can go sort of help with that. Let's see if anybody... Yeah, we've got some sort of recovering here in the back. Go charge the cannon. Charge the Thunderers. Charge the cannon. Go charge the Quarrelers. We'll just do anything that we possibly can to do some damage while keeping the Skirmishers up and active. Hopefully the Goblins will keep them busy. Okay, so the Goblins are in. You guys are breaking, unfortunately. All right, you two, let's just help out. against the miners while everybody else advances. I don't know why you're being so slow. Um, okay, decent forces out here. The Longbeards are hurt. We should probably just focus on killing the Longbeards, maybe. Anything I can do to sort of focus down targets. You guys are still sort of charging. Fine. Okay, another unit just ran right off the side. They're probably about to do the same. Not what I wanted you to do. Alright, goblins. You can take some thunders, right? These goblins, try to catch them in the flank. Savage orcs, go for Belagar. The others are just going to advance. Okay, we have contact there. The leader is here. What do I have anyway? Sort of anti-heroes, Helm of Discord. Yeah, you know what? Let's go for Belagor with my leader. And I'm going to have you also charge Belagar. I'm going to have you charge the Longbeards. What's going on here? The miners are breaking. So one of you also head for the Longbeards. My right, everything's pretty much fallen apart. Keep focusing on the Longbeards if you can. Okay, as my leader gets in, we're going to pop some abilities. Hopefully that will help a bit. Okay, we're into the mess. We're going to pop the sort of anti-heroes. We're going to pop the Helm of Discord as well. Right here. So hopefully that'll help us a little bit anyway. You guys... Let's try to go after the Rangers up there. You can keep chasing. You're moving into a fight. We've got goblins and savage orcs in combat over there. We'll just hopefully chase these guys off the side. Oh, I've got somebody actually sort of alive back here. Yeah, the fighting's all a mess. Go for the cannon if you can get in there. You guys go for the back of the thunders. Guys, what do we have here? Longbeards, that's not great. Yeah, also go for the thunders if you can. We'll just sort of try to keep them occupied. Goblins are actually chasing them off. I mean, we've got a decent fight going in here. I'm not sure where their leader is, and where like his health is at. Belagor has taken a tiny bit of damage, but not much. All right, unfortunate. We are shooting a bunch in here, so that is going to help. Okay, I think they're about to just disappear off the side. Okay, so they're now gone. You guys, don't chase them off the field, please. Go chase down the Rangers. Some melee specialist in here. Doing what we can. got these two attacking him. Good, 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 good. Did you guys just break? It looks like they just broke. I mean, it could be going a lot worse, that's for sure.
This stinks.
Yeah, more guys breaking. My leader just broke. That is a problem. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get much more going here. Let's go for the cannon if you can. Looks like my other spider riders are all gone. I don't think we're going to hold much longer here with my leader down, panicking. Trying to stem the tide. Yeah, we're definitely losing ground, that's for sure. I'm aware of that. Okay, if you shoot the Longbeards, you shoot the Longbeards, you're just going to charge into the Rangers. We're continuing to harass here. I need some of these retreating Savage Orcs to recover to really have much of a chance here. Yeah, he's just throwing more and more stuff into this mass over here, which is not going well for me. Okay, Night Goblins. Go for the Longbeards. Anybody else recover? No. Alright. Well, the Goblins are going in there. We do have this melee specialist guy who's a bit of a problem. We are throwing more fire into this mess. All of my guys behind the front line are dead. So we probably don't have too long before everything totally collapses. Anybody recover? My leader is recovering. Belagar, yeah, he barely took any damage at all. That's too bad. So he's a bit of a problem. Night Goblins are going in. I mean, I guess we try to charge in and do something. Keep our leadership up. Guys rallied. So we'll also charge, just kind of focusing on any weak units that I possibly can. You broke. Just gonna send like everybody into this giant mess over here, I think. Well, mostly. Savage Orcs. See if you can kill the cannon off. I'm actually gonna have you try to kill the cannon off. Rangers are recovering, unfortunately. Just throwing a bunch of fire into here is just not enough. Yeah, they're actually splitting up because my guys have pretty much broken everywhere. So I do have some other units going in. Now these guys are breaking. Why are they breaking? Just because the whole situation looks hopeless, probably. Try to keep him busy, I guess. More units keep getting killed off, so everybody's freaking out. But we're all going to die here anyway if we don't kill them. So yeah, that's basically it. We put up an okay fight. I was hoping I wouldn't get caught there because I wanted to get this army down to kind of reinforce against the Border Princes and Chaos. And Urk has been with me for a long time. Unfortunate to see him die. So we lost everybody, basically, because it's a interception underground. We did kill an okay amount of dwarves, but not enough. I probably never should have attacked Clan Angrand, honestly, but yeah, whatever. It was sort of like a way to harass them and get some money on the way while out looking for the missing factions. We did find one, so Skarsnik is now in. I still have to find the Skull Takers and get them into my empire, or they can die. Then I've got either I or Chaos have to wipe out the Empire and the Dwarves. I was kind of hoping that Chaos would kind of do that for me, at least for the Empire, but they just kind of came right through and came after me. Probably because I'm the biggest threat, but it still seems kind of weird that they just marched all the way down, ignored everybody else, and then came after me. I mean, they may not have totally ignored everybody else, but there's still vampire count armies and stuff around, so it's a little surprising that they came down so intact. But I have only seen it like 3 armies. The timing also made me kind of feel like the AI was messing with me a little bit, where Archaon was all by himself. I had a couple armies about to jump him, and then he suddenly, like, magically had another army appear out of nowhere to kind of make it an even fight, and we couldn't do it. If it was my 2 armies against Archaon, I think we could have done it. This, unfortunately, we're going to lose all of these, higher tier units and stuff. If it was not an underway fight, we would have been able to retreat and probably keep some of this army together, at least temporarily. Because it was an underway interception, which was kind of the risk we took, we're all going to get wiped out. Actually got a lot of kills with Night Goblins. That's kind of surprising. 32 kills. The cavalry did okay. The archers did kind of mediocre. This like really elite unit got like nothing. Didn't do anything. I wish it would really clearly show here if a unit was wiped out as well for the enemy to kind of give you an idea of kind of how things went. Because if I didn't wipe out the unit, they're just going to recover, which is unfortunate. Having this army die does free up some cash for me. We are building an army. It needs to be a high-quality army. It's already got giants in it, so we'll just kind of keep building it. It is going to take a while to be ready, though. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop Chaos from just kind of coming in and just wrecking the place up. Potentially, we can still win the campaign if Chaos wipes out the Empire and the Dwarves. That's fine. Doesn't matter. We don't have to be the ones to do it. Then the only problem is, in order to win, we've got to kill either kill Archaon or he has to die fighting somebody. And we killed him once, but I don't know if that's going to be able to be something we can repeat. All right, Urk is dead. Apparently they had a Wa somewhere. Maybe it was the one that was over here that we were going to send over. Yeah, it must have been. All right, that's unfortunate. We're now in the positive, but that's not really a great trade-off. So how far can we get with the armies here? You're really banged up. This army is full.
Not likely.
You're just in a regular movement. You can actually make it to these guys. You cannot get into reinforcement range. If I run you, then we can. Can I get you in there? Right there? No, I mean that's going to be too far probably, I would think, to come in on a fight, I would imagine. But I really need these guys to help me out to relieve the siege and maybe do something here. I mean, we could get them into the fight tired. That's 100% doable. go into that stance. I mean, that's almost the same spot. Yeah, I don't think that's close enough. I think we've got to run if we want to do this. Then, what we can do, try to lift the siege. Feel like this is a little nutty. Like, they're gonna help, right? I don't see an arrow. Yeah, they are gonna get in there. I feel like even with them being tired, this should be doable. Yeah, they're just gonna run away. Okay. So, this army...
In the motion.
Gonna chase.
Ready for murder.
You're just gonna run into Baron.
Ready.
Okay, we'll come back to this because I might give these guys some regiments of renown. We've got 2 available, which isn't a lot, but might be something. Down here, this army is racing to kind of get up here to help out. There's a whole bunch of Ragnarok spiders in here, and the rest is not great. But if everything goes well and we survive, then we can kind of distribute the Ragnaroks, go back, build more, and come back. I'm going to have them sort of head to this cluster. We want to cluster everybody together.
Come on.
That's the plan. We're rushing frantically to get up there to sort of help out. Okay, Skarsnik, his job is just to find that last orc faction that's out here so we can make diplomatic contact, and then I'm probably just going to disband this army. It's really terrible anyway, but...
I'm leaving.
Okay, I think they're out here somewhere. What is that? Norska is running around doing stuff. I'll have to check and see. The other one appeared before. Hey, yeah. So here, yeah, I can actually see them. We're just, as long as we're close enough. So they're out there somewhere. The Skull Smashers have 1 settlement.
Where's my manners? Come and die.
They don't really like me, apparently. Non-aggression pact. Success chance is low. If I give you some money, does that increase the chance? I really don't want to give you that much. How about 1,000? That's about the most I would want to give him. Chance of success is low. Okay. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't really have military might in the area to do anything. Now that I've spotted them,
Who needs killing?
I don't know. We could just try to disband this army right away, and then I could get Skarsnik back in a few turns and rebuild an army like actually where it matters. So that's a possibility. Okay, here... The Wall Army, you guys chase Ungrim. You guys come back, and then we're going into Nashrak's lair. Chaos is approaching, which is, you know, not really ideal. I kind of want Azhag to be the one going in. So we should be able to just auto-resolve this and not take too much damage, I would hope. Thorgrim is in there with a tiny force. Okay, there's some cash. That's what I need. Okay, my giant survived. We're in kind of okay shape. Yeah, sacking it's only going to get me 800. I was hoping we'd get more. Let's just raise this place to the ground. Some magic resistance for somebody.
The crown's whispering. The great
Okay, we're going to
saber.
move. So these two armies together, especially if they recover a bit, we'll have to try to take on this idiot. I feel like they can probably do it without too much trouble.
Let's take what should be ours.
Wurzag's army could be better. Like, we could swap out these Savage Orcs for Savage Orc Biggins. We could swap out the Savage Orc Boar Boys for Savage Orc Boy Biggins. Or we could also swap these guys out for Giants. That's probably the better plan. Which reminds me... You have something somewhere, don't you? Is there anything... Got some Savage Orc buff stuff that I've never really gone for. Law path. Oh. I thought there was something about giving benefits to bigger units, but I don't know that he has that. That might have been something that he used to have. Trying to get to Lightning Strike. Yeah, I don't think there's anything really here that's gonna do anything like that. Melee attack for Savage Orc units would actually be pretty good. We'd have to put a bunch of points in because I haven't really done that. Alright. Well, hopefully... I mean, we want to just back off into our own territory, recover a bit. Maybe we can jump that army up there if it becomes a problem. So you have an objective. You are coming over.
This way.
Maybe try to pick off some Chaos characters if we get the chance. Kind of is the idea. We're going to put these armies together. So everybody's recovering. Okay, Grimgor, you're at 16. He's at 16, but maybe a little weaker. He does have trolls. I don't know if he attacks this guy if they'll come out to assist. I'm not 100% sure.
Here we go.
We just moved, so we can't do regular recruitment. You can have that unit. Just to toughen you up a bit. Let's... I'm a little worried about these guys being separated, so I'm going to actually sort of split up those units. So just to make these guys tougher in case they do try to pick us off one at a time. Okay. Now, we could... I mean, I think we could probably go ahead and disband these guys now, but I'm not sure. We might lose contact with them. I don't know if they're going to go for anything as far as, like, just being incorporated into the army or the Empire or not. Okay, down here. Again, units are the priority. I'm not even really going to be focusing on anything else. So what do we have? We got a couple Fanatic units, which I didn't find all that useful. Black Orcs are good. They are a bit expensive. Do take a while. I need armies relatively quickly. If I'm going to wait 3 turns, you know what? Let's just get giants if I'm going to wait 3 turns for them anyway. That gets me 5. Then... it's 2. We could use some additional archers. They don't have to be good. Although I don't think archers are really that effective against chaos, only against some of the really light units. We might want to just focus on tougher, bigger, nastier, heavier, which kind of means like trolls at a minimum, sort of. Yeah, let's do that for now, just to kind of build a decent army here. And this army we might just move up and then swap things around, but we might have to rush in to sort of hold on to territory. I think we're probably going to hold Barrackvar. It kind of depends on what Chaos does here. So the turn went okay, except we did lose an army. I don't think there's much point in me planning to do anything anywhere, because these guys are probably just going to come down and wreck this. We'll kind of see how it goes, though. I'm going to save again. Okay, it doesn't like that. Let's call it Part 2. Okay, let's see what happens here. So Karakadrin's still there. Chaos didn't go for it. That's too bad. I really kind of want Chaos to go for Karakadrin. Okay, they're going for Varinka. They're just going to trash it. There's nothing I can really do about it. My garrison here just can't do anything. If we kill any of them, we're kind of lucky we killed 6. They're moving left, so they actually kind of broke up a bit, which is a little surprising. It's got a ton of characters. Now, if they head down the path towards Karakadrin, I don't really care that much. I still might jump them and kill them. Yeah, that settlement's gone. Characters are looking around. Border princes are going after one of my territories, really? Okay. That's not very nice. We'll just do what we can. I sacked the territory. Yeah, Border Prince is causing me some trouble. Not really a fan of that. Jagged horns are gone. Troll migration. So recruitment cost is down for trolls and experience up for trolls. Okay, cool. Settlements raised. Not very nice, I would have to say. Okay, how far can you get? Normal movement. Not close enough. I could use these guys as support to crush them. I'm a little worried about this army. But what you gonna do? Sly. What's my chance of assassinating him? 45%? Let's give it a try. Fail. Yeah, I feel like we always fail those. I don't think I've succeeded ever. Money income is way down. Alright, what I'm gonna do... And we've got the big Arachnarok in here too. So I'm going to move up so we can support even if we're tired. And I want to move up like as close to Barrack Var as I can.
Let's get moving.
Then you go for the slaughter here.
Keep moving.
He runs away.
Cook, send me to battle.
I don't know if that's close enough.
Blast it this way.
Let's see. Yep, it's close enough. Alright, we catch you. A little concerned about how this will go. What is this? Mork's Warbanner, Magic Resistance. We'll just give that to one of the Arachnaroks. That's fine. Let's auto-resolve and hope for the best. Close victory. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't think we lost anybody there. They're all intact. Yeah, let's eat them for replenishment.
Now's the time.
So we take them out. Got Obsidian Blade. Mission aborted. Yeah, whatever. You've got the Sword of Bloodshed. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Might want to look at and see if I have anything else I want to give anybody. Gorgut has a skill point. It's Cornered Rat. Leadership, melee attack, charge bonus. He's included in an army, so he's basically just a fighter. Melee attack up. Are you on a giant spider? I'm not sure. Melee attack +2. This gets me a +3. Yeah, you're on a giant spider. Alright. Enchanted Shield. Nothing else I can give you. Gold Sigil is okay. Luckstone's okay. Skarsnik has no armor, apparently. Azhag. We've got an Ogre Blade. That's pretty good because it does give you a lot of weapon strength. I could give you the armor piercing, though, instead. Do you already have armor piercing? Missile resistance, physical resistance, ward save. Yeah, let's actually give him the Obsidian Blade. Anybody else? I think you're all set. Morglum has very little of anything. Brass Cleaver's pretty mediocre. I'd rather give you that, maybe. Talisman, we've got some magic resistance. Sure, I'll give you a basic one. I don't really plan on getting this guy in combat much. Actually not bad. Okay. So Grimgore, recovering. I can recruit some basic Savage Orcs here. That's about it. Of course, put you in a different stance, not that you're inside. So I'm kind of hoping these guys wander off to the left. which just leaves us this army. And then we could have these guys swing around, maybe, if we recover a bit. For now, you stay put.
Start the war. You gook.
So you two...
Let's go.
So I could get you back up to full strength. I just don't have a lot of cash to do it. What else can we do? Skarsnik, I'm kind of tempted just to kind of look around. I could get intercepted if I go under... Marienburg is sort of isolated looking there.
Skarsnik!
Not that I can do anything about it. These guys are really low. I'm going to jump over here. Okay, so now we can actually see where they're at. Grungzint. So that's all they're holding, and it's not very good. It's not very big. I don't know why they aren't just willing to show their belly and join. They really don't like me. It is improving, but not by much. Let's see. +6. Yeah, they really don't like me. Hopefully someone will just kill them. I mean, that would be nice. But the AI is sort of, you know, not quick about that kind of stuff. You don't have walls. Oh, and your garrison's terrible. Skarsnik might actually be able to kill you. I might actually be able to wipe these guys out with Skarsnik. That's kind of funny, and I might have to do that. So up here, we're not getting any reinforcements anymore. There's no reason for me to hang out here, and he didn't advance. I don't think I can actually... Yeah, I can reach him just barely with Wurrzag. And Azhag can actually move a little further, honestly. So we could make a move against this guy, but if he wants to go down over this way and hit Karakadrin and then go mess with them, I mean, that's kind of fine too. I kind of feel like I need to get these armies sort of healing a bit, so back in my own territory. I kind of feel like that's a necessity. And they've got a long way to go to come down to kind of threaten any of my territory. So as much as I would like to jump on this Chaos Army and kill it, I don't think I would be able to. Not with both of my armies. I think they would just retreat. And he's actually in camp, so he'll have some bonuses and stuff anyway. Alright, Wurrzag, let's go ahead and try to get down somewhere. The question is where. Just get inside my own territory, so for now, we'll just kind of come down here and start healing up. I think we'll swap some giants over, probably as well. Keeping these guys together for safety, for sure. Okay, we're all full up. I can't add anything else there. Sly gave it a shot. So if I'm going to add units here, I think we add them to Grimgor's force. doesn't give me a lot of choice, but
Bring it.
we can get him up to full strength and add some Savage Orcs. That's what we'll do.
Wah.
You're almost at full strength. We are healing.
This is my land.
And we've got a ton of Arachnarok spiders here, too. I could just put some cheap stuff in there, but honestly, it's sort of problematic to do that. In one turn, I can get Savage Orcs. So I could just grab some Savage Orcs. That's probably the best thing I can do as far as what I can economically do.
The boys are pleased.
So we'll get those guys back to full strength.
Gork's fist.
Then we'll have these two armies try to swing around. If they continue coming down, I'm hoping this army is going to move on to the left. And things are probably bad here now. No, the control's still pretty good. Chaotic Corruption is going up massively. It's unfortunate, but what you gonna do? And I'm saving all of my cash for building armies. That's really it. I could send... where is my other army that's down here that I'm building? Where are you guys? Are you way far down here? Yeah, they're all the way down in Karaka's Gall. I could have these guys move up just to sort of swap some units out. So as soon as we have this force, we could just run up to try to reinforce and then run back to like resupply, just to kind of pass off some good units. Something like that. I don't really think there's anything else I can do, honestly. We have a tiny bit of income for the moment. That's going to change next turn because we are adding more units. Maybe Skarsnik can get me some cash. I will have to go through the underway to get out here because it doesn't look like they have an army at all. And if they don't have a garrison, we can kind of pop over and then hit them the turn after. Okay, I'm going to save it. So at this point, we're going to see what Chaos does. If he comes down, we're definitely going to go up and hit him. If he goes for Karakadrin, fine. Doesn't look like Karakadrin has much in the way of forces. There's that army that's there. I don't know how much the dwarves have left. Oh, don't you dare go to Karak, you son of a bitch. So the characters are moving that direction. Let's see if the Chaos Army comes south. Yeah, they're just kind of looking around. They've got good intel because they've got so many characters. That tiny Norscan army is besieging Marienburg. Which is honestly kind of funny. Okay, Carrick Norn's being raided. I really don't care. Brayherd's somewhere. Okay, that's not a big deal. Mission issued. Raise an army. I just raised an army. Dude. Timing. So yeah, now we've got these guys out here too. That Chaos Army did not come south, it looks like.
Now's the time.
Am I already at war with you guys? No, they're neutral. Okay.
I'll crush you all.
It's too bad I can't see them. Like, he might have come south a little bit, but I can't actually see him.
Prophet, I'm listening. Wurrzag,
It is going to
the
wreck my
great green
fightiness to swap
prophet.
guys around here, but I kind of want to do it. I think it'll be okay, though. The question is, do I want to stay up here to defend, or do I want to rush down to do something? What do we have here?
Send me to battle.
I don't know, with Krom being there. This other army's just hanging out, too, which I'm not a fan of. We are losing a ton of money this turn. Skarsnik.
A scheme
We go
worthy of
into a
Skarsnik.
regular position. Can I reach these guys?
Bloodthirsty.
Like, I think we could probably take them.
I hear ya.
But I might need it to take these guys out.
Sounds like
So-
a good idea.
We're gonna
Legging it.
pop up over there.
Skarsnik, warlord of 8 peaks.
Can't change, but we might try to take out Grungzint here. I'd like to have these guys maybe come back to kind of see what's going on, but you can't give them directions like that. I could clear the target. They might raid then, just kind of hanging out. I don't know if that'll work. I don't actually want them to attack Karak Kadrin because it's got a heck of a garrison. There's no way we're getting in there without multiple armies. If we do run down, yeah, it's going to take like 1, 2, 3, 4 turns to get over here, probably. While this guy tries to just rampage all over the place. If we don't run, I can't get very far.
I'm off. You mook.
I have to run to sort of be in the same area. As close as possible, please.
The boys are restless. Go in.
Okay. Still getting reinforcements. On the move. I don't have a lot of cash, so I don't really want to mess with anything here.
Gotta be quick.
Just try to keep an eye on things, I guess. I don't have the biggest garrison here either.
Logics.
I've tried to build it up, but it's not bad. Savage Orc Biggins, Orc Biggins, some Night Goblins, Savage Orc Errors, Night Goblin Errors, Trolls, Savage Orc Boar Biggins. It's not awful, but it's not great either. I might have to take control myself if he tries to jump in and take Karazakarak. We'll try to rush these guys up to help out. You're sort of on your own, but you do have the garrison to help. Looks like Grimgore did go up in level. Okay, what do we have? Armor piercing for Black Orcs in the army. Interesting. I don't have a lot though. We've got some bonuses, so I really should have Biggins, Savage Orc Biggins, Black Orcs, all that stuff in his army. Woundmaker, armor, leadership, melee defense. Extra HP, probably extra HP. Imposing presence causes fear. That's interesting. Um, hmm. Wouldn't work against chaos. I think I'm just going to give him some HP for now, and then you're just going to sit tight, unfortunately, because that other Chaos Army is around. Skarsnik's in position. So yeah, what do I do with you guys? I wouldn't mind swapping units around and recovering health for another turn. So maybe that's what I do.
The crowd's whispering.
Actually, do I need to, if I'm in this stance?
Wurrzag will do it.
Yeah, we can still trade in the underway. We're just not being affected by attrition. It is going to affect the fightiness of Azhag's force.
I have seen the
But let's go ahead and do
future.
it. Right, so Azhag has a bunch of giants, so we want to give you a couple Savage Orcs. Then you're going to give me a couple giants. And I'm going to call that good. I could swap out the Savage Orc, the regular Savage Orc Boar Boys as well. But I think having 3 giants in each army is pretty darn good. So Azhag's actually not that affected. Although his army's a lot less scary at the moment. Okay. You... I'm going to clear the Wa target and see if he just raids where he's at, which might give me some cash. We're waiting on more stuff. I can't wait very long. I really shouldn't add any more units at the moment. Probably when we get these two, we're just going to run and try to meet up with somebody to pass off some units. Or, yeah, I mean, that's probably the best thing we can do. Pass off some better units to, like, the armies up there. Mainly the giants and the trolls, the black orcs. So yeah, we could get in here where Grimgor's at.
Let's go.
And then give him all the black orcs. Probably everything, black orcs and the
I'm special.
trolls and giants. And just kind of go from there. Because this army... So we've got
Now's the time.
this kind of crazy Arachnarok spider army.
I'll crush them all.
And then this sort of mediocre crap army. Does have trolls, does have a few other units, but it's got some others. So these two definitely need to act together. I can't split them up or they're just doomed. Alright. Go a little bit longer here and see what happens. Kind of curious if I can take Grugzint over there. I don't know what my wall army... Like, my wall army was there. Okay, they're moving. They're just moving back. Don't you dare attack Barakvar. He is besieging Barakvar. And besieging... Karakadrin. Or not Karakadrin. Karakade Peaks. No, not Karakade Peaks. Karaza Karak. That's the one I'm thinking of. All kinds of craziness going on.
I think awful careful about what yous want to say to me.
Alright, well, the Border Princes want to chat. They're willing to pay me 2,000 for a peace treaty. Sure. Thanks. I needed the cash. We're fighting chaos, so yeah, we can both fight chaos. Don't care. Don't care. I'm going to be losing a ton of money now because we're being besieged. So this Chaos Army
You fool!
is not actually at full strength. I kind of need to keep these guys together up here. We've got 15 turns. Here it's 14, but they might be able to push it. If I get close, I mean, I don't know if that's a good idea. So he could change his mind and start moving out, so I don't want to rush in here. I don't want to be tired in case they do try to turn and fight.
Fine.
So we're just going to try to deal with this first, then we'll sort of turn back.
I refuse. Come on. Let's get moving.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. You're going to sit tight. Skarsnik. Skarsnik, Skarsnik, Skarsnik.
Yeah.
Grugzint, or Grungzint. Garrison is Orc Biggins, Orc Boys, some Goblin Archers. I think we just go ahead and go for it. That's what I think.
Schemes, I got schemes.
I don't actually have any allies, so whatever.
Make 'em bleed.
So it's showing it as pretty even. I don't think this is as even as you think. Let's see. So this is make a goblin unit unbreakable, extra melee attack, and causes fear. Interesting. Does that work? Yeah, these do count as goblins. And then this one is magic resistance. Okay, we'll just give that to Skarsnik, I guess. I don't think if I auto-resolve this it's going to go well, so we're going to fight it. I don't think these guys are as tough as they think they are. I think Skarsnik alone should be able to kind of carry the day for us here. So everything else I might want to just kind of hang back. We'll see how it goes. I haven't actually used Skarsnik before in a fight, so I'm not sure if he has any cool abilities. I think he's got his Prodder. He should have his giant squig. I can't remember the name of it. The giant squig that's always with him is like a bodyguard. Should be there. We'll see how that goes. There are tough orc units, but I think we can swarm them and deal with it. Especially if I have, like, I think his Prodder shot like lightning or something in the tabletop game, at least a long time ago. Like, if we can get off some shots on the black orcs, I think, well, they're not black orcs, are they? Orc biggins. Then we can probably do okay. Or are they black orcs? No, those are orc biggins. These are just regular orc boys, maybe? Skarsnik. So you've got a potion of healing, you've got tricksy traps, extra speed, leadership, and charge bonus, and you've got Skarsnik's Prodder. Okay. Powerful explosion, shoots shrapnel on impact, effective at long range, strong versus multiple combatants. All right, excellent. So yeah, we'll try to make use of that. And I don't know where they're going to be, so we want to make as much use of Skarsnik as possible.
Gonna kill 'em.
Is it too far forward? I can't see where the line is.
Where is Gobos? Get out to ready. Goblins.
The goblins are so happy
Ready.
to be fighting.
Stabos ready.
They're very brave before the battle starts, anyway. It just sounds like he's crying. Get in there. You guys So you're anti-infantry, vanguard deployment, poison attacks. Okay. Try to hide you guys in the woods.
Twig hoppers!
Okay, so there's the big group. I actually want to see if I can see Skarsnik. He's in the trees, so it's might be a little difficult. Where are you, Skarsnik? There you are. Hey, look at that. Surrounded by so many happy goblins. Alright, so I do have to wait quite a while for the prodder, actually. So I may just kind of sit. They are approaching with the archers out front. That's not ideal. Orc boys, orc biggins, and orc biggins. Really want to get that spell off, but they're moving up quite quickly. So I may have to just charge out like a maniac or something at some point. Letting them approach. They shouldn't see me because we're in the woods. Oh, no, they're shooting at me. They must see me. Okay. Fine. Be that way. So, you guys that cause fear, let's go there. Send you some assistance. You're gonna go there. Skarsnik will go towards the center. And then we just bring up all of you guys. So we're charging. Everybody's moving, yeah. So let's watch our charge into the group. So they kind of ran away. Yeah, keep going after them. Skarsnik, what do we have here? Potion of healing. Yeah, go for these guys. They are running away. Okay, that's kind of funny. Alright, in that case, Skarsnik. Go charge there. It's kind of funny, see him just hop on in, smacking everybody. The archer's there. Everybody else, get moving. My squig hoppers are kind of going down. That is true. Okay, hopefully the squig hoppers will recover. And not just get chased off the field here. Kind of letting my lord tank a bunch of this, because if a bunch of these units get trashed, we are in trouble. Alright. Gonna go ahead and start trying to charge in here. We're still fairly far away. But what you gonna do? guys maybe also go for him. Okay, I'm just kind of waiting on the ability. Countdown is coming. Very soon, very soon, very soon. I'm getting charged, which isn't great. Okay, we got it. So, I don't know if this is going to blow up in my face. Since I am at point-blank range, I am a little concerned about that. But... let's see if that'll work. Wait. I didn't see it actually do anything. I didn't actually see anything happen there, so I don't know if that just canceled or what. Go ahead and trigger Trixie Traps, since we have all of you guys coming in. Goblins running amok. Actually, these last two, I think, actually try to go after them, and you hit them in the flank. So yeah, just trying to hit them from multiple different directions and cause trouble. Their leader is gone. Just kind of got a giant mess going on here. Some of their guys might recover. Okay, everybody here, go after them. Everybody here is still fighting this one unit of Orc Biggins that are sort of holding on. Try to chase all them down. Some of their guys are rallying. Okay, shattered them. That's it. Alright. Yeah, I thought that wouldn't be that bad. Yeah, Skarsnik kind of carrying the day, 39 kills. All these goblins got 25. That's a bit surprising. So if I can get some cash here, that's definitely going to help. So I'd like to maybe hit this place, not destroy it immediately. I just need to get as much money as I can out of it. That would definitely help me. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and pause it here while this loads because it always takes forever. So I'll see you in a moment. Okay, that's kind of pathetic, but it's something. What's this? Oh, I guess the one we gave it to died. Maybe they all got wiped out. Okay, give it to a different one, I suppose. Subjugate. I haven't seen that before. You become the master of this faction by subjugating them. They will obey your rule and supply you with additional income each turn. Tempting. But I can get 10 grand instead. I think the 10 grand is more useful.
Moving.
Siege expert, nice. Iron Curse icon. Made from cannonballs that killed infamous necromancer Gabriel de Mort, grants the wielder advantage when facing the missile attacks of war machines. Interesting. And you are still alive. We are going to get a garrison back, but it is going to be weaker, but I am taking attrition here. Still no armor for you. Skills, what do we have? Yeah, I don't know that Skarsnik's Prodder did anything there with the ability. It might have just been that it was too close range, so it just didn't work. Extra health, probably not a bad idea. We have here proper tough, makes him nice and fast. Reduction in corruption, missile resistance. I think you need more health, dude. I think that's kind of an issue. So that's what I'm gonna do. So hopefully we'll have enough of an army left that we can come back next turn, hit this place and just destroy it, and then maybe I'll just get rid of this army. That's kind of the plan. Okay, this guy did creep down, and yeah, he's just kind of creeping down and like entrenching constantly. So my wall army is sort of hanging out here. I could give him that as a target and we could go after him. But if we move up here, we're not going to get reinforcements anymore. Mostly good, though. Down here, like I could add some more units, but I think instead we run to kind of get up to sort of help out. I think that is the best course of action. Even though it's not a full stack. If I can get up to help out here before time runs out, although probably these guys will get in and fight before that.
I'll crush them all.
So we're already kind of there. You're going to sit tight. I'm not getting reinforcements anymore, though, because we're being besieged. Skarsnik bought me some time, getting some cash. Very much appreciated. Yeah, do I want to make a move on Sathoreal? Or do we just head back to the core? Do we hang out here in case he comes down? Karak-Kadrin is not being besieged. There's really just kind of these beastmen here. There's not much else. The garrison there is kind of nuts. I kind of want to hit back against Chaos, but I also need these armies to recover.
This is my land.
So, I think Scafag Badaxe? I mean, I'd really like to just make him a target and run up there, but he's going to get awfully close by himself and probably just get slaughtered because I can't get that close to him if I give him that target. So, temporarily, give him that army as a target. My army's here. Where's the border? Like right here. So if I want to keep getting reinforcements, I can just kind of move up a tiny bit, and that's it. We could hang out in the area, or we could just kind of bail and come back. I think for the time being. I mean, I think we just stay here on the border and get more reinforcements and see if chaos comes our way. I think we have things handled further south.
Cork and Mork are coming. Alright, I'm going.
This army is probably the most of an issue. Next turn, we get a fight here one way or the other. So I think that's about all we can do. Sly, I do have some cash. What can I do to your army? 54% chance of assaulting a unit. 42% chance to assassinate their leader. 42% chance to kill a hero. Kind of look at your army. Chaos Warriors definitely are a problem. It's got a lot of chariots. Some Warhounds as filler. The chariots, I don't know, it does say anti-infantry. I don't know that they're that great. It's a lot to try to hit a unit, so I'm not going to bother. It's too bad we're not getting reinforcements. But I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there. We are in an okay spot as far as money goes to be able to kind of maintain the armies we have now that we got some extra cash income. We'll take out that other faction here shortly. Hopefully these guys just stay here like idiots and we can jump on them and kill them. Up here, if he comes down much further, we'll maybe try to jump in, but he might just head over to Karak-Kadrin. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, the wars against Chaos are now definitely the main focus of the campaign. It's just going to be sort of trying to ride out the assaults that Chaos sends our way. They did destroy 2 of my territories up here, which is unfortunate. We could try to reclaim some stuff after we kind of deal with what's here and maybe take Akendorf and build that up as a defensive barrier, but that takes a lot of cash to do, and I'm not sure that I'm that interested in doing that. But we do have to make sure the dwarves die and the Empire dies as well. Speaking of that, the Empire and dwarves, how are you doing? Dwarves are down to 1 settlement, so Karak-Kadrin is it. That's all they've got. Okay. So we could even make a push on Karak-Kadrin ourselves. The Empire's down to 3. And they're sort of out of the way a little bit. Norska's at 15. Holy crap. Yeah, this campaign's kind of gone off the rails between Norska and Chaos. There's really just nothing up here that can survive. Although the Templehof and Vampire Counts are still around, they're probably the main other faction that could maybe do something against Chaos other than us. But that's about it. Just a lot of chaotic wasteland out there. All right, that's going to do it for today. Thanks very much for coming by. Hopefully I will see you next time. Until then, have a good one.